Mr. Crape in Davis Square was one of the first to build outdoor seating. This photo was taken on June 24th. I believe I saw construction beginning maybe the first week of June, and it was fully operational, as you can see, by the end of June. Here is the outdoor seating in September, mid-70s. The sun's peeping out. Beautiful day, and almost nobody sitting there. In fact, that's the way it's been almost every day, most days during the summer. I can't believe they've made any money from the people sitting out here. So you can bet how surprised I was when I walked up the street on a day where it's in the 50s, very chilly. I'm even wearing my down jacket. So it's sort of interesting because these things are usually empty, but they're pretty much full now, which is interesting to me because it's still chilly. These guys got their hoodies and everything, and then I thought, well, the inside will be empty. The inside is packed, and so that's why the people out here, because there's no room to sit inside, even though they have the spacing. They've it's full up with the spacing. I started to track this on my Max Databook website. This is the temperature, and this is a trend line of the temperature. So you can see clearly the temperature now is going down. And these are new infections, new positives, and new hospitalizations here. The hospitalizations are picking up a teeny bit, but you can really see the trend in the new positives as the temperature goes down. So since the pandemic began, I've been trying to collect visual data with my video cameras, which I've shown you. So we have the visual data of how cooler weather drove many people indoors to this cafe, that even though they have 6 feet, whatever, there's still, I think, a fair amount of people in that room, and that's creating an overflow that are then going to sit outside. I'm also showing you the data where I've taken temperature and new infections and graphed them together. Our local Massachusetts government should be doing that, but they're not. Their graphs and data really haven't changed much since April. This has happened in history. I mean, the history books are full of that. Back in the Spanish flu, this happened in Philadelphia, where they went through a second wave. The temperature dropped, and and then an explosion of infections happened. What's amazing to me is this is all preventable. I mean, we're a state of 1 million PhDs. It's very simple. You have robust contact tracing on everybody's cell phone. Where's that, right? No state representative has called me and say, hey, listen, for the good of everybody, can you do contact tracing on your phone? I'd say yes, but I haven't even been asked. So robust contact tracing, enough quarantining for everyone. That's very important. No matter who gets sick, we'll put you up for a couple of weeks. And number 3, that there's money. So if you're working if you're working in that cafe or a grocery store or whatever, don't worry. We'll pay your wage so you can pay your rent. Don't worry about it. But the way it is today, right now, is if you really need your job to pay money and you call a Massachusetts contact tracer, you're not going to answer all the questions, and they can't force you to answer any questions. They can't even force you to stay on the phone if you don't want to. So, of course, you don't, because you have kids to feed. So it's just really a complete systemic failure here at this state. So we'll have to see what happens. But with my eyes and the data, what I see is a complete repeat of the Spanish flu second wave.